here we have a setup video. The Series X is finally fully integrated in the setup. Thankfully as well, I got everything around it set up during all this COVID times, etc. So yeah, let's take a look around and see what's what. Obviously this is going to be mainly focused around the desk, so we'll start at the top of it, which is obviously home to the monitors that I have. The middle one, the one you can always see just there in the background, being the 27-inch ASUS VG27WQ, which I've said so many times, I now memorize it pretty well. It's had a few videos made in it already. I had like a review after around 3 or 4 weeks of it, a couple other stuff about it I'm sure you've already seen on the channel. If you haven't, feel free to go check it out. But 1440p, 144Hz monitor I should say, but 120 for the console stuff. It's beautiful. Since the stuff I said in the review, it's still pretty much accurate. I found no other issues with it. It's pretty damn good. It's pretty damn good. It's still my preferred option from upgrading from 1080-60 to consoles. Instead of going all the way to 4K 60, when 120Hz is there as an option, I kinda couldn't not take that. So yeah, 1440p, bit upper res, 120Hz, beautiful. Then flanking the sides of it, which I don't think I've ever spoken about or made a video on, these ones, the one you can see in the background, and the other one that's just at the front of the screen, the 21.5-inch Acer KA220HQ, in fact it says it on the side, it is that, KA220HQ. They're just two 1080p 60 monitors, two basic ones I just picked up solely for my PC until this third one came along and changed the setup a bit. They do the job, they exist. I was just happy to have separate monitors other than a big normal TV, and this is obviously a long time planning. I've had those for probably like 5 years now, I think. And as you're seeing now, this would be the view while I'm streaming games on Twitch, which if you didn't know, I do stream games on there pretty much every day bar Sunday. Obviously Christmas will be changing, but if you want to follow it and check it out, it's linked in the description, feel free to do so. But you can see it all set up how I look at it from my point of view with the webcam, the Logitech C920, the OG Godsend. They've upgraded it a few times, but that was the OG webcam that you just had at the time. But yeah, the 120Hz display is obviously for mainly the gaming, all the console stuff, all the PC stuff as well. The others flanking around it are for the chat, and then obviously other stuff in Streamlabs, the Twitch dashboard, that sort of thing. That's how I manage with the rest of the stuff. The Asus monitor also doubles as my main monitor to make it free when I'm only using PC stuff and I'm not gaming or streaming. Or it ends up being a preview screen for Premiere Pro for when I edit videos. I do edit and render into 1440p, despite the fact that the camera you're watching, if you've probably noticed, only 1080p unfortunately, but I render in 1440, a lot of other things I record in are, and then I can have the actual timeline on the side. I know the timeline will look better in the middle, but I like seeing the preview in big screen rather than the timeline. I've got used to it at this point. Just below that, I think you can just see it just there. The keyboard and mouse combo, the keyboard literally being a random white mechanical keyboard I found on Amazon, which I just like the sound of. I don't know if you might have picked it up, but I wanted a mechanical keyboard for the sound and I wanted it to be white. That was meant to be my aesthetic change, but it's kind of took its time and it's not happened yet, but that's there. And then the mouse, which is again a generic one I've had for literally 5-6 years at this point, and that still works. I don't know how it's on the ropes, but yeah, it does its job. It's a mouse. And then I forgot to actually mention the mic itself. I don't think I wrote anything in about this in the script, but I've been using it for recording, streaming for literally 6 years now, I think. I think it was Christmas 2014. The blue Snowball, under this mic arm as well, so I can reach it up here. And I think it's the oldest piece of my setup actually, and somehow it's probably one of the best pieces. It costs, I don't even remember how much it costs. Great little mic if you want to get started. But also, I don't think you can see that in the background, but obviously close-up's not coming up. The Elgato Stream Deck, a gift I got, which is an absolutely incredible thing to use, especially for streaming, of course. It's in the name. It's pretty good for changing scenes, managing everything without having your keyboard filled with hotkeys. It's good also for shortcuts in general, just in Windows, but I really haven't set it up enough. I've got a couple basic shortcuts for Premiere, a couple other things. I tried a couple more complicated stuff, but I haven't found anything super useful yet, but it's incredibly good. Even lower than that, on the left at least, we have all the consoles and all the power where pretty much everything above gets powered from. You'll see the OG Liverpool skinned Xbox One, which is a brilliant console. I've had it for a long time. It sits dormant there now. It's going to be going away to a new home soon, but that's still there. And under it, you'll see the OG original PlayStation, which is actually my family's old PlayStation 1. It somehow still exists, and I have ended up having it. Still works. I made a video on that one too. Yeah, I'll link on both down below if I can remember. Hopefully I do. Slightly to the right of that is some game discs, ones I haven't opened in a while, to be honest, but there's some old consoles I love to play. And below that are the main powerhouses. The Xbox Series X on the left, the one you're all familiar with. Many videos on that. very regularly actually, unfortunately if you don't like them, or fortunately if you do. And then on the right, the beast that powers the screams, the rendering, the editing, the streaming, my PC. Unfortunately, there's no real RGB. There's a red flashing from the motherboard, but that's it. So I'm not really a real gamer at this point. I don't really know who I am. But for the specs, Ryzen 7 1700X CPU, 16GB of GDDR4 RAM, Corsair Vengeance RAM, I believe. I don't know if it's 3600. I've already forgotten. It's been so long. GTX 1060, 6GB one, of course. We've got the Elgato 4K 60 Pro Mark II. Possibly the only reason why this monitor is as good as it is for me, at least, or runs on the Xbox Series X, I should say. And then for storage, 250GB SSD, only a SATA one, and then a 2TB hard drive just for all the other big files. On top of the PC lives the portable hard drive just for backups and stuff, and then this base station and the actual A50 headset themselves, the Gen 4s, when I'm not using them. And the setup for that's been a bit weird. I think I was meant to mention it in another video, scrapped it, but it was just me waffling essentially. But I mainly have it connected to my Xbox if I'm just playing games, no streaming, no nothing. To my PC, if I'm just playing stuff on my PC or just editing, etc. All by a USB. And then if I want to stream and I want to have some PC audio, I then connect an aux cable from my base station to my PC, the USB to my Xbox. But the audio balance is weird. It's not the best setup. It's annoying that the optical cable's gone from an Xbox, because that would have just kept it nice and simple, but that's all that set up. Video on that too. Hopefully I will write all this down in the description and link videos where I need to. Also the wire situation that you're probably seeing behind all that stuff. Don't look at that if you can. I mean, I was actually trying to manage it and actually get it all cable managed properly for this whole setup video. Did it happen? No, it didn't. Everything else got sorted and that didn't. But yeah, the plugs and stuff, I mean, they're kind of neat. They're not dangerously tangled. They exist, that's fine. And then yeah, I think that is pretty much it. I don't know how long this video is, it's not that much to say really, but other accessories in my room I don't actually think I've filmed, so I'll have to just describe them to you. A random 32-inch TV that I used to game on before I got this. Don't know how, 1080p TV, nothing special at all. There's a random wireless charger that sits over there where my phone goes, 30-watt charger. Those are the only cool other tech things of note in my room. There's nothing else interesting at all, to be honest. There's a desk. If you care about a desk, there you go. But otherwise, yeah. And the camera, if you want to know, Canon 650D. I always have a setup video for some reason. I don't know why. I'm just part of that exclusive group because I think they don't get that much support really from the creators that make it. It's just always a niche group of people that like it. I'm clearly in it. If you're in it and you're watching this still, shout out to you. Unless you still wasn't interested and didn't click on it, then I guess you won't be hearing me say it. Hope you enjoyed either way. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you're new, hit the bell as well so you get notifications for the future videos. Trust me, helps a lot. You don't know, but it really does. And yeah, I'll be back with the next video, hopefully on Christmas Day, which should be okay. I hope it's a good one. I hope it's better than okay. But yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. See you.